Right then, so we've got another little bit of Predator news today. This is, of course, for Shane Black's film that is releasing this year. And what we've got is, surprisingly, a closer look, and it's a really, really closer look at one of the Predator designs. Now, I'm kind of saying this with a little bit of caution, I guess, because as you can see, we've got a great look at one of the Predator designs here. This was at CineEurope, and it's amazing, it's great, it's awesome. We get a great look at what they're going to be designed as. Interesting looks on the armor and such like that. However, I've been looking back at some of the leaked behind the scenes images, and I can't match up what this Predator is because it doesn't look to be the main Predator which we've seen in the trailer, which is one of the Predators which is basically taking on Boyd Holbrook, and it's the one which we see gets beat down by the upgrade Predator. You'll see it, you'll recognize it, and if you look at the design choice on the mask, it doesn't look like that Predator. In fact, the masks are very, very different. And then when I go and look back at some of the behind the scenes, the leaked images which we saw, which is very, very clear cut from the script, which it does happen, it lines up with the script. This Predator doesn't look like the Predators which we've seen working with the humans in those images. It looks similar, but the design choice on the mask is quite different. So I'm not sure whether this is actually going to be one of the end products or not. And I'll kind of justify it. You can kind of see it here in these images. If we're looking at the mask specifically, the design choice on the mask, it doesn't marry up. And then if we line this image up with one of the stills from, say, the trailer, the masks look similar-ish. Again, still quite different, but the armor looks completely different. So I don't know whether this standee, this kind of statue, is actually a blending of multiple designs which they've chosen to kind of keep people still guessing about what the end result will be. I think that's probably more likely, to be perfectly honest, because if I'm looking at all of these images, it doesn't look like any of them specifically marry up to this Predator. Now, if we are just going to take a look at this particular design, looks interesting. I'm not going to say it looks great. I'm a little bit concerned with the really, really bright flare of gold running through this character here, this particular design. I find that's kind of, I don't know, it flies in the face of what the Predator should be, which is a camouflage hunter killer, you know? These massive flares of gold running through its armor is interesting choice. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I thought I'd bring you this news and kind of just break it down and take a look at it. But when I was comparing it to some of the other behind the scenes images, that's when I really thought, oh crap, it doesn't actually look like any of them. So I'm not overly sure what this Predator is or where it lines up. We are getting a total of about 4 Predators in this movie, 2 that work with humans, 1 which is the captured Predator, which we've already seen before. It's the one which is beating down on Boyd Holbrook, and then we get the upgrade. So there's about 4 Predators in this film, and in terms of the design choice on this mask and how it's looking, it doesn't look like any of them. So I think that either this is an early design, which they've chosen to kind of show at CineEurope and, you know, keep people guessing, or I believe that they've altered the design further down the line in maybe the reshoots, and this is one of those Predators which we will eventually see in the film. There's nothing to say that this is one of the designs. This is just a statue which was shown and displayed at the CineEurope event with obviously the caption, "The Predator coming soon," on it. So not overly sure, but I thought I'd bring you this news because it is interesting. What do you think of the armor? Do you think that it is too light, too bright colored in certain parts? To me, like I said, the design choice itself, it looks fine. Studio ADI are kind of hit or miss with their Predator designs. This one in particular looks okay. I will say that the head still looks too big in comparison to the body. You'd never see a human head that big with such a small body unless they were, you know, anorexic or something like that. It's an interesting thing which Studio ADI have never seemingly gotten right. The body needs to be a bit bigger, a little bit more of a proportion to the body. The wrist computer design, interesting. It's very, very different. Almost looks like it has a leather piece on it as opposed to like an overall gauntlet. And yeah, the armor itself, nice interesting design with the patterns there and the shapes which they've got. The shoulder pads on this armor in particular is quite a new addition. And yeah, I mean, I like it. I don't hate it, but I just think it kind of flies in the face of what we know the Predator to be. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know if you are of this same opinion, whether this is in the film, not in the film, maybe it's a blend of several designs. And also a massive shout out to avpgalaxy.net for having this particular article up, because this is where I got this piece of news from. And they're great friends of mine and the channel. They're good guys. They do a great job of bringing all of the Alien and Predator news together in one form on their website. So please do go check them out, avpgalaxy.net. Tell them I sent you. And guys, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. As always, I've been Mr. H, and I will catch you in the next video.